Jade mcglynn is a senior non-resident at Center for Strategic International Studies and Battle. Russia Memory Makers: The Politics of the Past in Putin's Russia. He has authored 2 books. CNN views here. CNN. The responses to final statements of Valery Zaluzhny, commander-in-chief of Ukrainian army, who warned that war between Ukraine and Russia would be a deadlock, were diverse and descriptive. Jade mcglynn in a long interview with The Economist last week. General Zaluzhny posed and proposed solutions to everyone who had spent time on the front or with soldiers and trainers returning from the front. His interview is not a revelation or confession. This is an intervention on behalf of Ukraine. A call for honesty. Everyone did not welcome Zaluzhny's call to consider. While Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky denied that the war had reached a deadlock, his chief diplomatic advisor, Igor Zovka, even questioned whether it was wise to participate in the interview. Some Western military analysts, confusing pro-Ukrainian stance with the frustration, refuted General's conclusions. On the other hand, those who were skeptical of the West's support for Ukraine proudly showed this interview as proof that Ukraine should surrender to some previously imagined opportunities. Speaking of active dreams, there is a widespread rumor that some Western partners of Ukraine are trying to force Ukraine into a ceasefire. If so, they failed to understand Zaluzhny's claim. Not because of lack of intelligence, but because they are reluctant to accept the context and motivations that accompany this intervention. Russian and Ukrainian word meaning no chop. Russian presidential spokesperson Dmitry Peskov is ready to help Western leaders meet the facts. In response to article, Peskov claimed it was wrong to say that war was moving towards deadlock and insisted Russia would achieve all stated war goals. Peskov's words remind in time that Ukraine is not the irreconcilable party here. In Russian and some variants of Ukrainian, the word deadlock is translated as tupik. The word carries blindness and stupidity connotations. In all respects, Russia is definitely not in a tupik. While waiting for resistance and supplies of the West to dry, Kremlin can see a clear path forward by crushing and crossing Ukraine. Even if the delayed supplies and pointing with a finger about what difference they could make in the fall 2022 or even early spring of 2023. Thousands Ukrainians who as a result deserve at least that. There is very little to win. Ukrainian soldiers of the Ukrainian Air Defense attend an education in the Kiev region on October 28, 2023, amid Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Anatoly Stepanov AFP. However, there is much to be gained from examining attitudes that will feed the reluctance and continue to prevent Ukraine's legitimate defense unless it is radically re-examined. What does winning look like to the West? Perhaps the most noticeable shortcoming is stale. We